The Boston Red Sox are reported to be targeting Jack Flaherty of the Detroit Tigers, a pitcher who's pitched like an ace this season and has shown potential in the past few seasons. Let's get right into the video and take a look at the report. So the report is from our favorite here. It's going to be from John Heyman, and he says that he's hearing the Dodgers, Yankees, and Red Sox are among the teams that are interested in trading for Jack Flaherty, and he is a top player for sure. Let's take a look at some of this impact, but before we do so, hello everyone, I'm Evan Sharrard for Red Sox Digest. Make sure that you subscribe to be getting the latest updates on the Red Sox and their trades as we approach the trade deadline at 6 p.m. on July 30th. So that without further adu, let's take a look at his potential impact with the Red Sox. So let's wipe over to the graphics here. Take a look at his basic stats here. He's got an ERA plus of 144, which is 44 points above Major League average. That's at 100. Anything below is below at Major League average, and anything above is above. And he's also barely walking guys, which to me is very exciting. This is a strike thrower, and he gets a lot of guys out. And he's got an ERA below 3, and like I like to say, anything below 3.5 is good, anything below 3 is great, and anything below 2.5 and below 2 is out of this world. So he's pitching one of his best seasons of his career. The Tigers took a flyer on him this offseason, and he is a top trade target for many teams. I'm expecting this to take quite a bit. We'll talk about that a little bit later. He's got a whip under 1, which means he's allowing less than one base runner on average per inning in out of 9 innings. So he's been really good. And let's get a look at some more of his stats. We'll take a look at his Baseball Savant page here. A bunch of red. And what I like to say about Baseball Savant is these are all percentiles in all of Major League Baseball. So this is out of all pitchers who have pitched in Major League Baseball. Blue is bad, red is good. Anything in between that's not red or blue is in between. And he's got no blue. So let's talk about this. Let's break it down. His expected ERA, 89th percentile in baseball. That is sensational. His expected batting average, 80th percentile. That is sensational. That means that based on advanced stats, he's not expected to have a high ERA, or he's not expected to allow very many runs. His fastball velocity is in the 38th percentile, and frankly, that's on here, but that doesn't really tell me much about how good a player is. You could have a very low, you could be in the first percentile in all of fastball velocity in Major League Baseball and be the best pitcher in the game. So I'm just going to throw that out. I don't care that he's got 38 percentile. That just means he doesn't throw really, really hard. His average exit velocity is in the 71st percentile. That's really good. It's not sensational, but it's really good. It's a well above average. His chase rate is up there. He's striking out guys, 79th percentile. Chase rate means that the batters are chasing pitches that are outside the strike zone. He's got 3 consecutive 94th percentiles with whiff percentage, K rate, and walk rate. He's not walking guys. He's striking out hitters, and he's getting a lot of swing and miss. Those are all key for any pitcher in baseball to succeed. And the best guys in baseball do all 3 of those things. And he's pitching like one of the best pitchers in baseball this year. That's top 20 pitcher in all of the league. And that might be even a little low. Now, we're talking about the barrel rate, 51st percentile. So he's about average at giving up. Oh, wow. I really hit that right on the screws. That's straight up the middle. And then hard hit. That means that he is in the 73rd percentile of giving up good contact. So that's, again, good. Ground ball rate, right around the middle. So he'll turn a couple double plays, but you never know what his result is going to be. It's not going to be as bad as Lucas Sims, where you think, okay, everything's going to be in the air. And his extension is really good. So that 93%, not 93%, that 38th percentile for fastball velocity shows on the right side, you see he throws 93.5 miles per hour on average for his fastball. But his extension means how far his arm is extended, and the higher percentile for extension means the faster that a pitch looks. So even though he throws about 93.5, it might look like 96 to a batter, maybe 98 with really great extension. Now, his extension's not elite, but it's very good. So talking about all that, looks like we're going to be getting a pretty great pitcher if the Red Sox go and get Jack Flaherty. They're one of few teams interested in giving up what it'll take for him right now. We'll talk about that in a second after we look at his baseball reference page here. it is, again, what shows you that he's struggled a little bit. Last year, he just wasn't very good. He only played 9 games, though. That was with the Orioles. And then with the Cardinals the year before, he really had kind of fallen off from where he was as this guy's their ace in 2021 and in 2019. And in 2018 as well. This guy looked like, oh my gosh, this guy's young. He's great. His whip is low. Whip is walks, hits, innings pitched. I covered that a little bit before, but he received Cy Young voting. He finished 4th, and he was 5th in Rookie of the Year. He finished 13th in NL MVP voting in 2019. So this guy's not very old either. He's 28. So we always talk about the Red Sox building for now, but also building for consistent future. And this guy adheres to all those lines. They'd probably need to extend him to keep him like that, but he's not old. This guy's not a rental type player where he's going to be here for a year and retire. He might be a rental type player where he's going to be here for a year and then he's going somewhere else. But his stats do not lie. This guy's fantastic this year. And if he continues to pitch like this, the Red Sox would be getting their 2 spot, maybe their 1 spot, depending on what goes on with Tanner Houck. So with that being said, what's it going to take to get this deal done? Now, to me, for a guy as good as Jack Flaherty is right now, who had the potential that he had in the Cardinals, and the reason he received the contract he did from the Tigers this year was not because of his performance last season. It was because of what he was capable of and what he's shown that he's capable of with the Cardinals. Flaherty's been touted as one of the top arms to be in baseball for the past 10-ish years. This guy is really good right now, and I think that he could make a huge difference on the Red Sox, and that added on with the fact that other teams are going to be competing to trade for him, including the Yankees and Dodgers, the Red Sox might have to give up some better prospects. I'm not sure it's going to require a prospect the level of Kyle Teal, Roman Anthony, and Marcelo Mayer. Those are the big 3 Red Sox guys that I think everybody would want a piece of if they're making any sort of trade. But I think he's just going to fall below that. Now, I'd mentioned Nick York a ton in the past few videos of who the Red Sox might give up, but York is gone now, and the rest of the Red Sox prospects from last year have graduated into playing Major League Baseball. So it's going to be tough to make a deal here where you give up just a prospect that isn't quite... the Red Sox are in a position now where I think you've got the A-grade prospects who you are making a blockbuster trade with. And then you've got the B- to C grade prospects. And they've kind of traded everyone in between for me right now. So there are a few guys that they could probably figure something out with, but I think that this trade would require like 5 prospects. All of that B- to C grade for Jack Flaherty, and hopefully the Tigers, for the Tigers' sake, they can try and get an A grade. But for the Red Sox sake, for my sake, for all of our sakes, hopefully what happens is the Red Sox will go in, say, we want Flaherty. Yes, we'll give you 5 straight prospects from the B to C grade range. And maybe a guy like Blaze Jordan or... no, that guy, he's already been traded. Yeah, see, like the guys I'm thinking of, they're gone. They've been traded off already because those are the guys that are kind of expendable. The guys that you're not like, this guy's a huge part of our future. He could be, but we'll trade him. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking that the Red Sox will be trading one of their top 3 prospects today if they go and make a blockbuster trade for a guy like Garrett Crochet or Jack Flaherty and a piece. But I hope they don't give him up. I hope they don't give up one of them if it's just for Jack Flaherty, even though Jack Flaherty is fantastic. With that being said, that's all I have for you today with Jack Flaherty. There might be more if the Red Sox make this trade. Please stay tuned for all the latest trade deadline news and Red Sox news. I'm Evan Sharrard saying so long once again.